Good morning, children. So let's continue with the chapter The Tiger King. So we have read that the Tiger King didn't get the 100 tiger, and so Divan, to save his job, he just showed or dragged a tiger which was in his house, which he brought from the People's Park. Okay, and let's continue now. On the following day, the same old tiger wandered into the Maharaja's presence and stood as if in humble supplication. Master, what do you command of me? It was the boundless joy that the Maharaja took careful aim at the beast. So it seems the next day, when Maharaja just went to the forest, the tiger was very old, and it seems that he was ready to die. Okay, and the Maharaja was overjoyed to see the tiger. The tiger fell in a crumpled heap. Okay, so as soon as the tiger just saw the Tiger King, it just crumpled him. It just crushed into the folds, means it had just set on the ground. I have killed the 100 tiger. My woe has been fulfilled. The Maharaja was overcome with elation, means joy and excitement. So he was very happy that now his mission is about to complete. Now he's going to kill the 100 tigers. So he was overjoyed. He was very excited, ordering the tiger to be brought to the capital in grand procession. The Maharaja has stayed away in his car. So what happened? He had just aimed the tiger, and the tiger just fall on the ground, and he thought that he has just killed the tiger. So he just ordered his servants to bring the tiger in a very great procession, and he very quickly had left the place or the forest. After the Maharaja left, the hunters went to take a closer look at the tiger. The tiger looked back at them, rolling its eyes in bent. The men realized that the tiger was not dead. The bullet had missed it. It had fainted from the shock of the bullet whizzing past. So after the Maharaja left, the hunters just went near to the tiger, and the tiger just looked back at them. Actually, what happened? The tiger has aimed at the Tiger King had aimed at the tiger, but the bullet had missed it. Okay, and because of the sound of the bullet, the tiger was fainted, and it fell down. The hunters wondered what they should do. They decided that the Maharaja must not come to know that he had missed his target. If he did, they could lose their jobs. One of the hunters took aim from a distance of 1 foot and shot the tiger. This time he killed it without missing his mark. So the hunters were very much afraid. They thought if the Tiger King would come to know that he has failed in killing the 100 tiger, they might lose their jobs. So what they did, the one of the hunters just took the aim from a distance, and this time without missing, they just shot the tiger. Then, as commanded by the king, the dead tiger was taken in procession through the town and buried. A tomb was erected over it. Mark this line. So, as the instruction as commanded by the king, the dead or the carcass of the tiger was brought in the great procession, and then they have just buried it there. And a tomb was erected over his dead body. A few days later, the Maharaja's son's third birthday was celebrated. Until then, the Maharaja had given his entire mind over to tiger hunting. He had had no time to spare for the crown prince, but now the king turned his attention to the child. He wished to give him some special gift on his birthday. He went to the shopping center in Pratibhanpuram and searched every shop but couldn't find anything suitable. So a few days later, there was a birthday of his son, third birthday. Till now, his whole attention was just towards the killing of tiger. But now he had just finished. He thought that he has finished his aim. So it was a special day for him. So he thought to give a on to give a gift on his birthday. So he went to the shopping center and to look for something good for his son. Finally, he spotted a wooden tiger in a toy shop and decided it was a perfect gift. So he just looked a tiger uh, toy, and he thought, and it was made up of wood. So he thought that that would be the perfect gift for his son. The wooden tiger cost only 2 annas and a quarter, but the shopkeeper knew that if he quoted such a low price to the Maharaja, he would be punished under the rules of emergency. So he said, Your Majesty, this is an extremely rare example of craftsmanship, a bargain at 300 rupees. So the shopkeeper thought that though the cost of that tiger was very less, 2 annas and a quarter, so he thought that he might be punished under the rules of the emergency. So he thought that how a king would just take such a cheap thing, the less expensive thing. So he thought, and he told lie to the tiger king that it is a 300 rupees. Very good, let this be your offering to the crown prince on his birthday, said the king, and took it away with him. On that day, father and son played with that tiny little wooden tiger. He says that he took that, and both father and son, they were very very happy, and they played with that wooden tiger. It had it had been carved by an unskilled carpenter. Its surface was rough, tiny slivers of wood stood up like quills all over it. So that was not a good, you may say, a good example of the skilled carpenter, because its surface was not very smooth. It was very rough, and very little tiny wood stood up like quills. Okay, so that was not prepared by the skilled carpenter. One of those silver pierced the Maharaja's right hand. He pulled it out with his left hand and continued to play with the prince. So what happened, that one of those silver just pierced Maharaja's right hand. So he just pulled out it with the left hand and he started playing. He thought that it's a very minor thing. Next day, infection flared in the Maharaja's right hand. Flared means spread suddenly. So next day what happened? The infection just spread suddenly in Maharaja's right hand. In 4 days, it developed into suppurating, so which spread all over the arm. So the next day, that has just turned into the pus. Suppurating is a pus, okay, and that has just spread in his arm, whole arm. Three famous surgeons were brought in from Madras. After holding a consultation, they decided to operate. The operation took place. The three surgeons who performed it came out of the theatre and announced the operation was successful. The Maharaja is dead. In this manner, the 100 tiger took his final revenge upon the tiger king. So the three famous surgeons were called from Madras, and they have consulted, and then they have just decided to operate. The three surgeons operated, and at last they told that the operation was successful. Why it's so successful? Because as per the astrologer's prediction, his death would come from the tiger. Though it was a wooden tiger, but the 100 tiger has taken its revenge. Thank you.